Kia ora.
Kia ora,
Kei te pihe koe?
kei te pai ahau.
Ko wai toku ingoa.
Ko Ashley Krista te Aotearoa toku ingoa.
Ka pai Ashley. So what are we doing it here? What is this this long scroll, and yeah, tell us all about it.
So this is a peaceful movement we've got going on behalf of New Zealand. Basically what it is 3 scrolls containing a notice to the Governor-General. The purpose of those notices is to get the power back into the hands of the people. So basically what we want to do is acknowledge everybody as free, born, ruling, sovereign people. Because it's one thing to say it and it's one thing to march it, but unless we actually do it in a legal form or lawful form on paper, it means really nothing, and we haven't actually acknowledged our freedom yet properly. So basically these scrolls do that for everybody contained in the scrolls. So normally how the process works with notices, and every legal process, no matter what, requires 3 notices. So normally how this goes is each person in New Zealand would notify the government, the Governor-General and the Royal Navy themselves. This will take a great deal of time, and then also not everybody sort of has the right know-how to be able to prepare those notices for themselves. So after using this technique to occupy a state home for me and my family, after suffering the housing crisis for 3 years, we found it successful and thought, why not use this on a bigger scale to free the country from everything that we're going through. So we had a little prayer about it, and scrolls was what came to mind. And sort of just as we progressed through, confirmations would come. You know, I mean, I would just see this random pamphlet lying over there, and there's Hezekiah sitting in front of scrolls in this picture, you know, and I'm like, he's giving us those signs we're on the right path. So pretty much we decided to do it, we binded the scrolls together, and then everything else has just fallen into place. People from my past, because I used to be an activist in the TPPA, I did the 1080, and I supported Gabrielle Tamihana in suicide awareness as well. So but everything we do, it's all it's all so important. The main thing we need to do is get all of these little causes that are all apart right now, bring them all together, because this is important. But so is a lot of the stuff that other groups are doing as well. And what I've noticed is actually, if we put it all together like a puzzle, we're one giant solution. So I guess it's about making that unity stronger, bringing all groups together, bringing all leaders together. And then I sort of expressed this at the last march. I find that with most groups, our downfall is wanting the pedestal too much, you know. There's so many people who always want that pedestal, when we've just got to leave that pedestal for the big man upstairs, eh? And when we leave that pedestal for him, we all become equal again. We start seeing each other eye to eye again, and we can stand together properly. But yeah, so pretty much our scrolls set the people free. That is our motivation. Yeah. And
just briefly, what sort of are in the contents as overall in the scroll? Like, how do we know you're not going to take us over and start your own thing and you know, give your other source of truth?
You mate, all I want is a hangi and a beer when this is done, but
ka pai.
You guys can take over the rest from there. But yeah, so pretty much what the scrolls contain is we've pointed out all of the issues. Basically, these issues are issues that people have been expressing rampantly, that we've noticed and we've put into these scrolls. So to do with vaccines, to do with job losses, to do with breach of our freedoms and breach of our human rights, to do with biased media. Okay, so we've covered all of those things in there, to have those things investigated and corrected. The scrolls basically demand that our Queen be brought before us, so that we, the people, can discuss these issues with her and what our government is up to. If they fail to do that, we're free. So every notice requires a transaction, okay? So you're always giving something and receiving something. So what we're giving is the promise that we, the people in New Zealand, have the ability, and I wholeheartedly believe we have the ability, to self-govern our people as a whole by vote if the Queen cannot come through. If the Queen cannot come through for us for those 21 days and rectify everything we've asked, the power comes back into the hands of the people. And you know, people have been real worried. They're like, oh, well, who's this government that's going to come in then and overtake everybody? I'm like, it's not about overtaking. It's more rehabilitation. It's more like a correction, okay? So what we need to do, because a lot of people are still forgetting that a lot are still blind, okay? So we've been awoken to what's happening in our systems, but a lot of them still aren't aware of that. They're still just living their daily cosy lives, trying to do their families, trying to work their jobs, and can't see past that. So I guess our biggest weapon is to let them see past that, or teach them to open their eyes to that knowledge, awaken them and bring them to our side, which is what we've been seeing happening with the scroll journey, which is really, really good. So peace, definitely the way. When we first approached these kāinga order agents, they were quite systemal, quite snobby and quite abrupt. But we soon brought that down, you know, and that comes back to the power of the Lord, I guess, as well, and truth. When you speak truth to a person and you can get underneath that uniform and remind them that, hey, you're a mum first, you're an auntie first, what's going on with our country, what's going on with our land, and how's this going to affect our people? And then they actually stood back, and this is the part that shocks me actually still till this day, is they stepped back and they flipped. And she actually comes to visit me a few days ago, and she's like a giddy little spirit-filled kid, and she's telling me, you're so right, the system is so corrupt and we need to stop them. You know, and when you see the agents flipping like that, that's exactly what we need. We don't need to persecute our agents, because people don't understand that the corporation, okay, is the uniform. It's not the person underneath. When they wear the uniform, yes, they're trying to do their job because they're trying to provide bread and milk for their families, you know, and that's their motivation. People sort of aren't stepping back and looking at that part of it, you know. But underneath that uniform, there's still people. And, you know, there's a lot of corporation uniforms that aren't even acknowledged, like lawyers. Lawyers are a corporational uniform, you know. Like I said earlier, us paying taxes and us paying bank fees and things like that, it's really, really good to check in with those people. Where is your money actually going? Because honestly, I was distraught with myself when I found out that I had been funding war for so long, and you don't know that. So then that allows you that space to forgive yourself also in that manner. Because
if we did know, I don't think we'd be paying them anymore, would we?
That's right. And see, me and my husband have taken that route now. So my husband left his job, and we've been living by faith. Honestly, I don't know how we're doing it, but we're doing it good.
That's all that matters, eh? Because look, you're smiling and laughing away. That means it's happening, it's working.
And pretty much this is our work now. So we've just dedicated, you know, his time, my time to this. Why? Because this is the important thing for our kids' future. You know, I have 5 children of my own, and I wouldn't even be able to die in peace as a mother if I was leaving them in this world. You know, I'd be like, I'm taking you with me, you're safer with me. So yeah, that's my whole purpose, is the children, not just my children, but all children. Yeah.
You're amazing. Thank you so much. Now, just quickly, anyone that wants to check this out, read what you've written and sign to it and share it to the rest of the nation, how can we do that?
So you can reach us here on this Facebook page group right here. You can join to that group, and I'll actually just email you the format. So the format, all our copies have been snatched up. Oh, there, she's holding one over there. Okay. So it's pretty much a print up of everything needed. It's got a copy of the notice, so a readable version of the notice so everyone knows what they're signing to. It's got 3 signature pages on it because we need 3 copies of signatures. That's very important. We have 3 copies so we don't have to go around the country 3 times, because 3 notices, every legal process. So, 3 signature pages in there. We've got instructions in there. Then we've got a register form there for names and phone numbers. Also very important. Very important we get the names and phone numbers so we can't be accused of fraud. So yeah, that's our register. And Our group pages are on there as well, just for any of those that want to look into those. And yeah, pretty much explanations, FAQs, everything there. So you can go into that group or PM me, Ashley Krista. I always check my things like often. I check my messages often. Ashley Krista on Facebook, and PM me your email and I'll flick you through the format. And then all you do is collect your signatures, as many as you can, guys, because we're going to need as many as we can, and post them back to us. And we got our first arrival of signatures back yesterday, which was so exciting. And I've been telling everyone I was like a little kid, and I'm like, we just got a letter. We just got a letter. Yeah, and so I went straight and took a picture of that, and I'm like, shout out to Denise Price. Denise Price, who was the lady who sent her signatures back. So we bonded those yesterday to the scrolls. So we're doing this by paper because that's the law of the land. So a lot of people have said to me, why can't we just do online petitions? We can't because it's an electronic jurisdiction. Okay, so for the internet, for everything online is different laws, just like the land has different laws and just like the sea has different laws.
And who knows where it disappears one day.
So it's all about just keeping it in our jurisdiction, eh, bro? Staying where we belong, where we're safe. So yeah.
What's your one message from here outside the GG's house, General Governor's house, to the rest of the nation and the rest of the world?
Would definitely be to pray. Have no fear. Fear benefits nobody. If you can, have anger, yes, but control it. Save it for that really special time we're going to need it. And other than that, don't give up. Never give up the fight. And also look after yourself. Mentally, make sure you're resting enough. Make sure you are stepping away from the work every now and then, even if it's just to walk your dog at the beach or just catch a flick of a movie, you know. Anything to take your mind off of that, because it can get very deep and heavy after a while and cause, you know, little things like insomnia, tossing and turning at night. So make sure your own well-being is catered to. And other than that, just stay safe, guys, and know that we're in this. You guys have got all these good people around you all over New Zealand, not just here, standing and fighting for this country. So have no fear and know that we are with you. Yeah.
Kia ora. Iwi tahi tātou.
Oh, thank you. Kia ora.
Ka kite.